going to do is basically make kind of a pole of energy in between the front and the back of the shoulder. So the first thing is between Jian Qian. So in order to find this, there will be some graphics for this. We're going to find Li15, which is just a really big indentation when we just lift the arm like that. Keep a finger there, and then to the anterior part of the axilla, halfway in between. So there's Jian Qian. Then SI10, small intestine on the back. So if you trace from the posterior axilla, make a straight line right up to the spine of the scapula. How to say this exactly? It's about 2/3 the way up. So we're going to find that Jian Qian again really fast. So you see how this basically like makes a rod that passes from front to back. Okay, and coursing the qi has to do with applying enough pressure, and then your intent is connecting those 2 points. If a person really has an inflamed condition, you don't want to do too much manipulating around. That's why we're using mainly intent with this. It also helps to suggest to the patient that they sense some kind of like connection between these 2 points. Okay. Then we're going to go with a series of heat clearing points. So, starting in the large intestine channel, which will run from the first finger all the way up to halfway between the tendon and the end of the crease. So here's Li11. Right here, we can work with that. Okay. I don't know how many of you all have had acupoints yet, but different regions of the body are divided into different units of measurement. They're called sun. There happen to be 12 here, from the elbow to the wrist. So the one we're looking for is 2 below here. So that simply means dividing in half, that's 6. Dividing in 3s, each of them is 2. Here's large intestine 10. You could also say it's about 2 or 3 finger widths below the elbow crease. Okay. If you want graphics, by the way, we have a few. I'm about to show you the one on the bottom left of 43. Okay, so we have 2 points at the beginnings of these channel. One is on the index finger on the radial side, just behind the nail. And the other is on the ring finger, but on the ulnar side, again, the same place, just behind the nail. And you just press into these. I confess my nails are a little long today, so I'm not going to nail him. That would not be so great. Okay. Back to the large intestine channel to connect a couple of points. The next one is called large intestine 6. This is 3 up from the wrist crease. So divide in half, that's 6. Divide in 2, that's 3. Connect that with Li11. You already know where that is. Then connect this with Li15, which is back up here. Do your best to find these points. I know it's early in some of your point finding careers. That's okay. I'm interested in the general area and getting the channel moving. The more you learn at school, the more specific your understanding of all this will be. 2 points on what's called the Sanjiao channel, which runs, so if the Li15 is a little on the anterior part of the deltoid, Sanjiao 14 is the equivalent place on the posterior part of the deltoid. The channel runs down like this, and then along the center of the arm. The first one we want, easy 3 finger widths from the wrist crease. There will be a little indentation in between the radius and the ulna, and we're connecting that with up here. Is that okay? Mm-hmm. Incidentally, this Sanjiao 5 will be very important if you feel a cold coming on. And you find this in yourself, it's probably going to feel very sore. And you just have to twist and pluck it until it bruises. And you'll do a lot towards getting rid of the cold. Saved myself from that like a million times. Okay, so connecting all those points. Then, step 5, brushing the arm down, shoulders to fingertips. Somehow we skipped to step 8, don't know why. So here's the traction again. You stay upright, I'm going to pull. And here it says, with intent to course chi through channels. And then we rub roll the arm the way we do for the end of the normal shoulder protocol. Okay, so why don't